In the last episode, we started making progress towards nuclear fusion reactors. These things from the Mekanism mod to generate tons and tons of power. However, the journey is a very long one, and in the last episode, I just about got obsidian being made so that we could start turning that into refined obsidian just for the very start of that process. And since then, a whole bunch of stuff has happened. A whole bunch of progress has been made, and I'm recording this intro at the end of the video that I've just recorded. So I suppose I should probably go back in time so we can actually work our way through all this and you don't just look completely confused. Well, you probably still will be, to be honest with you, because I am. Well, it was a little bit of a long-winded way of doing it, but we've now got lava being transported across here. We've now got an electric motor to turn our power actually back into rotational energy so I can pump that into this pedestal, and now we are actually generating obsidian, which means we can then crush that down into the refined obsidian stuff and move on with the next step of our journey. Moving on a bit, things around here have changed. I've got this entire new setup which is doing all sorts of wonderful things, which I'll explain in a moment, and we've had to make a couple of adjustments over at our little power station area because we keep running out of lava. I've added in another magma crucible with another pedestal in order to get more lava in here, but sometimes these will fill up and the pumps don't actually pump the lava in there, which means it totally runs out of lava, which isn't ideal, so occasionally I have to come along here and spin the pumps around in order to kickstart it again. But the main reason we've got no lava is because I'm pumping most of it over here in order to create that obsidian that I need. It's coming into this tank along this pipe, it's going into the back of this pedestal here, which has got the crying obsidian underneath it, and that's then sending the little pieces of obsidian up here, which go into this chute, which go into this enrichment chamber, which turns it into obsidian dust. And we've probably got more of that than we need at the moment, so I'm going to turn all of this off in a moment. The other thing I've got going on here is a whole new system which is creating diamond dust, and diamond dust is needed to make all of the fancy little gadgets that we need in order to get the stuff that I want, mainly these reinforced alloys, which I then need refined obsidian for in order to make atomic alloys. And the way this works is we've got a brass sifter with an advanced brass mesh on there which is taking gravel in, which is coming from this pedestal which has a silk touch pickaxe on it, and that actually generates a whole bunch more than just diamonds. In fact, it generates all of this stuff which I'm actually just taking out of that chute via this funnel here and then just burning because we don't need any of it. And if you think I'm just being wasteful burning it all, well, don't worry about that because Mr. Beardstone is currently on with making us as much of that as we could possibly need with his little setup over here. So we really don't need it. I mean, look at this thing. We've got 21,000 XP in there, a whole bunch of crushed raw metals, and he's even chucking it all on the floor because he's got too much of it. In fact, he's chucking a whole bunch on the floor. So I guess his work's not finished yet. So back to this little setup then. What do I need to do next? Well, I actually need to get a bunch of this obsidian dust and turn it into refined obsidian, which I do inside of one of these. I take my obsidian dust, and I take my diamond dust and I put my diamond dust into there, and then inside of this metallurgic infuser, that just refines that down into refined obsidian, which goes in there. And then that refined obsidian gets put into another metallurgic infuser along with our reinforced alloys to create the atomic alloys. Unfortunately for me, I've got a few spare metallurgic infusers kicking about, so let's just grab one of those. We'll stick that on there, we'll get rid of that underneath it, stick a barrel underneath it, and then adjust this so it all outputs into the right place. We want it outputting down, we want it auto ejecting, and then I need to take this refined obsidian dust, shove that in there to charge it up, grab these reinforced alloys and then shove that in there, and those are going to start turning into atomic alloys, and that means we're getting very close. In order to get these in the first place, what we've actually got here is another metallurgic infuser which needs redstone, so let's chuck a bunch of that in there, and iron, and that creates these things, which then goes straight into there, infused alloys. And then we need even more diamond dust, which we don't have any of yet because our little diamond dust generator is incredibly slow because of the small percentage chance of actually getting diamonds from sifting gravel. But once we've got some of that, we can chuck that into there, and then those will get turned into wherever they've gone, those things. So as you can see, it's a pretty slow and painful process, and I could fully automate this and get it all set up nicely, but I really don't think I need to because I'm only ever going to need a handful of these blocks to start with. And speaking of these blocks, once we've got our atomic alloy, we actually then need elite control circuits, which means we need more of this reinforced alloy, and then advanced control circuits, which we get from making basic control circuits. So I've got a whole nother journey to go down with that, which means more metallurgic infusers with more barrels, And more jiggery-pokery. Then even more redstone and then some osmium. So I'm going to need a whole bunch more redstone. And I believe Mr. Beardstone's old systems in here are currently generated as some redstone. So let's just hop down into this little area here and have a look through these chests and see if we can find any. Oh, geez, there's all sorts of stuff, but none of the stuff that I want. I think we've got way too much of this stuff going on in here. So now we've got a few basic control circuits, and we've got a ton of these infused alloys. We can come along and make some advanced control circuits. And then with some more of these reinforced alloys, I can turn those into elite control circuits. And now with our atomic alloys, which we should have 6 of, I can then bring those over here and make some ultimate control circuits. A whole 3 of them. And I've completed some quests too, a whole bunch of them, loads of them, but apparently I don't get any rewards for any of those, which isn't ideal, but I do get rewards, wow, some random food for making a crusher, just what I wanted. So of course, in order to build all the things I need to get all of the stuff that I want for this fusion reactor, I'm going to be here a while, sort of just putting things in different places, generating all the materials we need. So while I wait for all oh yeah, I've got some pipes now, basic logical transporters, and I got myself a configurator, which is basically the Create's version of a wrench. And what these pipes do is they allow you to transport items, and I just thought I'd make some of those so that I can easily take our refined diamonds from this one and stick it in that one, because the crushed obsidian dust is going into that one as well, and they can't both be next to each other. So now I'm automating that, which is going into there, which is automating those, which are then going into there. So everything is being automated sort of as best as I can. However, there is another massive section to getting towards nuclear fusion that I haven't even considered yet. In order just to make the basic reactor frames, which we need for literally building everything, we need polonium pellets. And you get polonium pellets from a pressurized reaction chamber with seed oil and polonium in it. Polonium you get from a solar neutron activator with nuclear waste. And solar neutron activators require all of the things that I pretty much got except for bronze and HDPE sheet. Bronze comes from bronze blend, which comes from copper dust and tin dust. So I've set up my spare little pulverizing machine over here with a hopper going in. It's got some copper in there at the moment, and that is just creating us some copper and tin dust so that I can make my bronze blend to make those. The HDPE sheet, however, is HDPE pellets, which require oxygen and liquid ethylene and substrate comes from seed oil and hydrogen or ethylene, and then biofuel. And biofuel you get from a biogenerator or a crusher. And it's basically a composter. You can put all sorts of stuff in there in order to do that. So I think that's the way I'm going to go around getting the biofuel. But then how do I get all of the other? Oh my goodness, this is a rabbit hole I wasn't prepared for today. Right, I need where's all my saplings gone? There was loads of them kicking about in here earlier. Oh, we're full of logs. Oh my goodness, we've come. Oh. Okay, yeah, that shouldn't have saplings in, that should have logs in. Jeez, we've got a lot of logs in my tree farm. Everything is working quite nicely here, but I'm currently looking for things I can compost. Leaves would be a good idea, but we're not getting any leaves. Now, we do have a tree farm over here, which I believe, if I look in here, should be full. There we go, all sorts of things we can harvest there. Ow, stop it. Ow. And in this box here, we've got more things that I could potentially harvest as well. And looking in the house, we should have a whole bunch of stuff that we're not using that we might be able to crush down into that fuel for biomass. Oh, Jesus, so many things to remember. Oh, I know what we've got loads of that I emptied out earlier from one of Mr. Beardstone's chests. Yes, look at that, all the sugarcane in the world. We'll take all of this cactus and we'll take all of this sugarcane. And I'm going to go and put all of these things into this brand new crusher that I've added here with a barrel on top. And hopefully all of this will get turned into biomass with a bit of luck. It's going in. Let's just make sure that it outputs to the bottom and not to the sides. Hopefully, yes it is. This is creating biofuel. Wonderful. I've just got to turn that into all of the other things that I need. So I need water and hydrogen in a pressurized reaction chamber to make the substrate. And I'll also get ethylene for that as well. How do I make hydrogen? A pressurized reaction chamber with water and oxygen. Or an electrolytic separator. Or a rotary condensator. Right. Okay, so if I get an electrolytic separator, I believe if I put in water in there, that should separate that into hydrogen and oxygen. And if you think about it, that makes sense, because water is H2O, which is 2 parts hydrogen to 1 part oxygen. So I'm going to need one of those. And I don't know how all my power's coping with all of these machines I've got plugged in. Hopefully we're doing okay. Let's have a quick... Oh dear, no, all of my batteries are nearly completely empty. Oh, jeez. I might have to do this a step at a time rather than all at once, and I think that might be a good thing to do. But that doesn't stop me building the machines now, does it? So in order to build an electrolytic separator, I need iron, redstone, those things, and an electrolytic core, which is those things. Right, I need gold dust, osmium dust, and iron dust. Better get my pulverizer out. Let's throw a couple of pieces of gold in there, and a couple of pieces of iron in there, and a couple of pieces of osmium in there, and then I've got to wait for the tin to do first. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, a little while later, and still having a lot of energy issues to the point where my system keeps starting and stopping, but we'll worry about that later. It's now time to get all of these crushed things and make some stuff out of them. I can't remember what I'm supposed to make. Let's make an electrolytic core. Let's make one of those, and then hopefully I can make... No, I need iron and redstone. Okay, iron and redstone. Now I can make an electrolytic separator, which I can now then plug into all of this power that I don't have, and hopefully that's going to start producing something. It has power, and of course I need to fill it with water. So let's see if I can do that with a bucket. If I put a bucket in there, yes, that's going in there, and that is turning into hydrogen and oxygen. Oh, that's good news. And I guess I'm probably going to need some pipes or containers or something to take those things out of there, but we'll worry about that in a moment. I'm assuming I could probably grab my bucket and put it in one of those. No, I can't. Okay, and now it's completely run out of energy, and so has everything else. So I guess it's time to go back over here and have a look at my little power system. Now I've had to turn one of these magma crucibles off and detach these things in order to get everything kick-started back in again. We're currently generating plenty of energy through here, which is slowly building up the energy we're getting inside of these batteries, and we're using a little bit of it to create the lava from this one magma crucible. Now, if I actually turn that to output down instead of west, that's going to send the power out towards our little area over there rather than through all of these batteries and into this one here. Depending on how many of them I send out that way, I can actually, well, basically send power over there without worrying about affecting these things. So providing this number is going up while we're creating lava here, I should be okay. Instead of sending that one west, let's send that one down and check this number. It is still going up. Okay, let's do this one. It is still going up. And let's do this one. It's still going up. Now it's not going up. But now it is going up. Excellent. Okay, well that's good news then. So now we should be pumping plenty of power out the other way again. We are, which means all of these should hopefully come back online in a moment. And now everything is sort of semi-powered again. So now that our little electrolytic separator is slowly chewing through all of the power that we're sending in, we now have over a bucket's worth of hydrogen. So if I put that in there, no, I can't take it out with buckets. So I am going to need some new things. And I think just some basic fluid tanks should do us for now, which is just redstone and iron. So let's just have a couple of those. Now, what is it to actually make the next step up? Advanced ones. Oh, okay. I just need some more of those then. I've got those. Okay, well, let's turn those into some advanced ones then. And then I guess I'm going to need some fluid pipes, which apparently don't exist. I wonder if I can use basic mechanical pipe. If I put that there, and that there, and then set this to output blue from the front. Blue is hydrogen. Auto eject on. Nothing. Okay. Fluids. Can't eject fluids. Right. Okay. They're not fluids, they're gases. And I've just put a fluid tank down. I'm a moron. I need gas canisters. Or not. It says here that I can put oxygen in a fluid tank. I just got to figure out how to do it. What if I put that into there? No. Output out of the front. Nothing. Gases. Output out the front. Blue. Cyan. Nothing. I guess mechanical pipe's not what I need. I think it is though. I probably need advanced pressurized tube, which I need pressurized tube, glass and steel. Okay. Let's have 8 of those and see if pressurized tube is what I need. Let's stick that on there. Oh, yes, it is taking oxygen in there, but then how do I get it to go into there? I feel like I need some pressurized canisters. Let's try some advanced pressurized tubes and see if that helps. It connects there, and if I set that to hydrogen, it does fill with hydrogen, but it won't put it in here. Now I can attach pipe to that, but I can't attach the pressurized tubes to that. But I need the pressurized tubes to get the stuff out of the electrolytic separator. So I guess I need something in between to then put... Oh my goodness me. Basic chemical tank. Maybe we could use these. Redstone, dust and osmium. Basic chemical tank. Put that down there. Yes, that connects, and now hydrogen's going in there. So I just need to pump water into this thing. But as usual, we've got hardly any power. That's probably because all of these other things are plugged in. So let's just disconnect a few things that we don't need right now. And hopefully we can take whatever power we've got coming in and shove it straight into there. Now I think it would make sense, rather than me just dumping buckets of water into this thing, one after the other, and taking them out and putting them in and taking them out and so on and so forth, to build an infinite water source behind it, and then hopefully I'll be able to just pump them in with some of those fluid pipes. So let's just dig myself a little trench down here, stick a couple of buckets of water in there, and I just need to move this pulverizer for a minute. If I stick a bit of pipe into there and have that coming down to there, let's see if I can input on the right. No. However, if I had a create tank and a pump, I could probably pump that into the tank and then stick it into there. So now we should be pumping water into our machine. Oh, it is. It's going in. Water's going in faster than we're producing, and that should mean that we're now getting more oxygen in there. We are. That's going up, and our hydrogen's going up as well. Excellent. We're creating gas. So now that we've got hydrogen, we can use that with some water and our biofuel in order to make substrate in a pressurized reaction chamber, which we now need to build, which needs all of these things. So let's start with an enrichment chamber. We can make one of those using my backpack crafting table, so I've got access to all my things. Then we need some basic chemical tanks, so we'll get a couple of those. Then we need a dynamic tank, which is just that. We can make those nice and easily, and then we can actually make one of these things very easily. There we go. Now I need to put this somewhere we can actually have access to all of these things, and it's getting a bit messy around here again. So let's just move these a second. And pop our fancy new machine just there. That can connect to that water there, which it is doing. And it is already going in, that's good. Then we need to pump hydrogen in there. So perhaps instead of going into this tank, it would have made more sense just to bring that hydrogen straight to there like that. And yes, now we're getting hydrogen going in there. And then all we need to do is come and grab a bunch of this biofuel, which we've got plenty of now, and chuck that in there. And of course it's going to need power, so let's just bring the power line around here. Plug that in the back there. It's a bit of a spaghetti mess, but it should work. And here we go. We are now making substrate. We're getting there. Now I actually need another one of these pressurized reaction chambers in order to use it with the oxygen and the water to turn this substrate into HDPE pellets. So yeah, oh geez, oh my goodness, this is a nightmare. So let's, I guess, keep this out of the way of the other stuff, ideally. In fact, if we put that down there, grab our water pipe and shove it there. Now all we've got to do is get this oxygen over there, which is going to be difficult because I've hardly got any cable left. We don't actually need that now because we're just pumping that straight from there to there. And if I put that there, I can set that to output mode, dumping. That should, no, I think that just dumps it into the air. Just output everywhere on that one and get all of that out of there and in. Oh, it's gone already. Okay, fair enough. Don't need that now. So we'll just go along the floor under here and bring it round to there. Just need a little bit more of this cable. Make some more of those, and then some more of those. Bring that to there, so we can get rid of that now, and then just join those cables together. And now all of the hydrogen from there is going to go into there, all of the oxygen from there is going to go into there, and that means if I put this substrate in there, it doesn't let me put the substrate in. Huh. But you said, oh, it needs to be ethylene, not water. Oh, okay. So then I just need to take that ethylene out of there and shove it in there. Can we dump that out? How do I get it out? No, that's more going in. I don't want it in, I want it out. I'm going to build another one. Okay, this one's got nothing in it. Let's see if this works. Pop that there. There we go. The ethylene's gone in. The oxygen is not going in. Oh, now it'll take the substrate. How do I get the oxygen in there? Oh, no, it needed to be the other way around, didn't it? Oh, no, it needs to be liquid ethylene. And that's just oh, jeez. I'm making a mess. Okay, then. I need to make liquid ethylene first. And to do that, I need a rotary condensator. Oh, how could that be? I need one of those, and then one of those. Okay, and so now if we pump the ethylene out of that, we don't want this anywhere near this. The ethylene should come out of that and go into there. Oh, we haven't got any left. Need more biofuel. Shove that back in there. That should give us some ethylene. It did, and that went straight into there, and that is getting turned into liquid ethylene. Okay, so then, geez, going to have to do some digging here. Then we want that liquid ethylene going into there. So we need to set the output for the fluids onto there. And Mr. Beardstone is here. Good morning.
Morning, Foxy.
I'm very confused, Mr. Beardstone. Well, I'm not. I know what I've got. It's just what a rabbit hole I'm going down just to make a steam engine. This is ridiculous.
It does look a bit ridiculous. Like, I don't even ask.
That's probably for the best.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So if people want to know what's going on, go watch your last 10 minutes of torture in your episode, probably?
Probably the last sort of 50 minutes.
Right, okay, I see. Quite the rabbit hole then, Foxy, quite the rabbit hole.
Yeah, I have lots of machines that do lots of things, and the idea is that there's some point, or all I'm trying to do at the minute is basically make plastic, and that's quite tricky.
Why do you need plastic?
I don't know. You tell me why there's an HDP. I assume HDP is plastic, but I need to make biomass and substrate and all sorts of stuff for that, and it's again kind of confusing.
For a steam generator?
Yes, just for a normal create steam boiler. Yes, very expensive crafting recipes in this mod pack, Mr. Beardstone. Not like normal create at all.
What's wrong with the boiler over there that you've already built?
Oh, yes, that's baby boy boiler. I'm building a slightly bigger one.
Right, okay, fair enough. Do you want to see what I've been up to?
Yes. I have stolen all of your diamonds many times.
Oh, so you know what I've been up to?
Well, yes. These boilers are very expensive.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Plastic and diamonds and all sorts.
I noticed what you've mainly been doing was throwing all of your items onto the floor, but I see you've fixed that by just clogging up your system and making it unable to actually collect any of the items. Good job.
Yes, yeah. Well, basically, because you've been on the server for a few hours doing all your stuff over there while I've been slacking off this morning, all of this was running. So I logged on to take a thumbnail photo, and yeah, there was stuff everywhere, Foxy.
Yes.
I need to do some upgrades, I think, for which I need diamonds. So thanks for stealing all my diamonds.
I might have a couple left. 1 second.
A couple? I need stacks of diamonds.
Oh, I've got 2 stacks worth. What are you complaining about? Jeez.
Well, I mean, that
it's
would
not
get
like you had over 400 in there.
No, yeah, thanks. Thanks for that. I appreciate that. It's like, I mean, I suppose I could probably get more diamonds if I was just to remove this block here and just...
Yeah, exactly. Like you did before. Just make a big circle on the floor like you did before.
Yeah. Lots of lag, lots of frame rate loss, all the good things.
But diamonds.
But occasionally we might get an extra diamond. Oh, there you go. Look, we've got one already.
Do you know?
Excellent.
I've got a brass sifter with an advanced brass mesh in it, which gives you more diamonds, Mr. Beardstone.
Well, this isn't really for making infinite diamonds. This is more about getting all the ores and stuff. The diamonds are a byproduct.
Right, okay. Well, in that case, you don't need them, do you? So I can take them.
No. I do need them for my upgrades, but then I don't need them.
Right, okay. I also used many of your XP to get my own Silk Touch pickaxe because I've been learning pedestals as well, Mr. Beardstone.
They're fun, aren't they, once you actually figure them out?
No.
Okie dokie then.
No, they're all right. They're all right. They're fine. I haven't got any issue with them at all. Apart from when they need the liquid as well, they just like come.
Oh jeez, I haven't got that far yet, so that's probably why I still think they're fun.
Yeah. No, it's not a problem. It's just annoying. So over here, I've got my obsidian generator, which is a pedestal, exactly the same system, but you've got to pump lava into it as well, which is fine, but it then transports all of the lava into the receiver one, so it uses twice as much lava than it needs.
Aren't there filters?
I don't know.
Good. Lots of progress. Well, a little bit of progress, I guess.
Yeah,
lots of footage.
I've got lots of shiny things, look. I've got these and these and these and these. Look at all of those. And then I've got atomic cores, because you need atomic stuff for steam engines.
I'm sure. Yeah,
that's how it works. Pretty sure.
I'm not gonna lie, Fox. I'm pretty convinced you're not just building a steam engine.
Look,
which
okay,
is mildly concerning. Because we all know what happened last time, and I don't mean to keep bringing it up, Foxy.
My next
that was
video,
an environmental disaster.
My next video that you haven't seen of my main series, I now have a fully functioning, not radiated at all, 1.2 million SU nuclear power plant. So I know what I'm doing, even though this is completely different and probably will go bang, because I haven't read the instructions.
I'm just glad you haven't. Yeah, I was going to say, it's all about not reading the instruction manuals, really, isn't it? I'm just going to leave you to your sort of nuclear experiments and environmental disasters.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, I'm going to keep generating ore out of thin air and then cook it all down for more shiny things.
Oh, good job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's all. I'm just going to do nice, simple. Oh, sorry. I'm just going to do nice, simple stuff over there. It'll be fine.
Good. All right. So, I'll have fun, Mr. Beardstone.
I will do. I'll come check on you soon if I see a green glow on the horizon.
Oh, it's going to be ages yet. I've got to go through a whole process, Mr. Beardstone, of stuff that I've got to make palladium.
Cool. Sounds fun. I'm just going to go smelt some stuff.
Bye.
Bye.
So, doing a little bit of research online, apparently I can get the things out of these that I need to get out using a gauge dropper. And a gauge dropper is just some glass panes with some osmium. We can make all of those things pretty easily, just like that. And now apparently I can use this on here somehow. There we go. I just did that. That's good. Can I get them out of here as well? No, I need... all right, okay. I guess I'm going to need different ones for different things. So let's have 3 of these. We'll have that one for the water and that one for the hydrogen. And now all of these are empty. So this one here, I need to get the liquid ethylene out of here, the oxygen out of there, and make sure they go into the right things. And then I need to get the substrate out of there and all of that into here, but into the right section. So first thing I'm going to do is pick it up. Pop it down, I guess, there. The liquid ethylene is a liquid, so I'm going to connect this bit here with some advanced mechanical pipe to that. That is pouring it in there. Oh, and look, it's all gone in the right bits already. That's good then. So now, if I put a transport pipe between that and that, I should then be able to get the substrate out of there, which is items eject out of the bottom on. They should start going through there, and there we go. They're going in there. Amazing. So that should now start generating HDPE pellets. What a rabbit hole to go on just for a little bit of that. And the reason I called it plastic with Mr. Beardstone is it stands for high density polyethylene, which is basically plastic. And what do I need these for? Oh yes, I've got to put them in an enrichment chamber now and turn those into HDPE sheet. So I need to build one of those. That is just a machine core and some of that. There we go. So if I shove that, geez, where am I going to put? I got too many things here. I need electricity and items. Okay, what we're going to do then? Dig a little bit more of this floor away. We don't need this floor. Ah! Okay, I needed that floor. Mr. Beardstone's islands have got holes in them. Let's shove this. I don't want to put it there because I don't want it to send that stuff into it. I don't think it will because it's not something that can accept liquids. So let's put that there. Bring a little bit more cable down to power it. And then we'll use some advanced logistical pipe stuff to come out of there and then come across here into there. Now, if we set this to output from the front, auto eject on, there we go. That's gone straight in there. And now we're using that to make HDPE sheet. And there we go. And what did I need this for? I can't even remember. I don't even know if I needed it as sheet. And because I don't know if I needed as sheet, I'm just going to disconnect that for now and just collect the pellets for a little while. Right. So back to the original rabbit hole. Original? Oh, shut up. Oh, yes. Polonium pellets. In order to make those, I needed to do this, which was water and polonium and fluorite dust. In order to get polonium, I need a solar neutron activator, which is why I needed the HDPE sheet and the bronze ingots. It's all coming back to me now. Okay, so I made that bronze stuff somewhere, I think. We nearly made the bronze stuff. There we go. A bunch of bronze stuff. Let's go and smelt that in Mr. Beardstone's fantastical smelting thing because it's a whole bunch quicker than using one of my Mekanism machines. Yes, it worked. Okay, let's chuck the rest of that in there then. And I should have some HDPE sheet in there. I did need the sheet, so let's reconnect those things again. And let's see if I can craft one of those things. Oh, I need reinforced alloy and elite control circuits. I'm sure I got those things. I need a steel casing, and now I can make one of those. And then if I stick that on there, oh, it doesn't look like it even needs power. Okay, well, we don't need that there then. Let's just come and chuck that down over here for now and see how this works. Ah, it looks like it needs nuclear waste, which is generated from wasted radioactive honeycomb or a fission reactor. I can make fission before I can make fusion? Oh, jeez. Miss Beardstone,
Yes, Mr. Foxy?
So the thing is, right, it turns out I gotta make fission before I can make fusion, so that I can get nuclear waste in order to make the stuff I need for fusion.
Right.
I've been researching and doing everything for fusion. I haven't done anything for fission.
does that mean everything you've done so far is useless?
No, because eventually it'll come in useful, but I have reached a point where I can't go any further.
Right. So now you need to backpedal and do all the things you should have done already.
Yeah, but I kind of feeling that that's the next episode kind of thing because, no, actually, no, that I can do this. I got all the things for that. I don't know how to build it, but I mean, how hard could it be? It's just fission, right? Nuclear fission?
I'm going to go back over to the other side of the current island masses we have if you're about to start messing with nuclear stuff, Foxy.
Why is it always a disaster with you've got no faith in me, Mr. Beardstone. Cut too big explosion.
Finally, you realise. Good luck, Foxy.
Cheers, Mr. B. Okay, so first of all, I think we're going to need a bunch of these fission reactor casings, so let's make a bunch of those. We're going to need a fission reactor port, so let's make a couple of those. We're probably going to need a fission reactor logic adapter, so let's make a couple of those. And I imagine we probably need a fission fuel assembly, which means I need another canister, and then I can make one of those. See, I've already got the things, and the fission reactor looks... Oh my goodness, what's going on here? It does this by coolant like water into something hotter like steam, fueled by fissile fuel, creates dangerous radioactive... Yes, that's what I need. This is how it's built. It can be built anywhere. So I make a frame, cover the top and the bottom in, put some reactor glass in the sides. Yeah, 3 fuel assemblies there. The more you put, the faster the reactor fuel... Well, I only need like 1. I don't need loads. On top of the pillar, place a control rod assembly. This must be below the reactor's top, not part of it. Put a fuel input, put a coolant input, put a heated coolant output, and a radioactive waste output. And then use stuff to connect all of those. It's very dangerous though. Make sure to read the quest explaining it. Nah, I don't need to do that. That looks simple and easy. But I am going to need a whole bunch more stuff. So I'm going to get crafting all the materials I need, and then we're going to build a big old fission reactor. Okay, I have some of the materials. Let's build this over here, away from all of that sort of stuff for now. And I think we needed, was it a 5x5? I'm going to need a lot more of those. Okay, the fission reactor casing is now complete. I can stick my input port there and there, my mini little fuel core just there, and then this control rod assembly there. I now need a whole bunch of reactor glass, which is enriched iron with lead and some glass. I don't know if it has to be tinted glass. We're going to find out. I hope not, because if it is, we've got a problem. And I've got a whole bunch of enriched iron just here, but I'm going to need an awful lot of it. I need 2 more of these little ports down here as well, so I guess we should probably have some water pipes going into this one at the very least in order to pump water in there, but it doesn't look like it's going to attach. So, in order to make it attach, we're going to need one of those fuel tanks we made earlier, and perhaps if I stick that there... No, that's going to need an input onto there as well. So let's put that there. We'll have a water tank going into the side of that, and then we need a little adaptery thing. And it looks like it's just a fluid pipe. And I've got some of those, so let's just stick one of those on there. There we go. So, of course, we're going to need another infinite water source in order to get water into this thing. So let's just dig ourselves a little hole. Put some of that in there and some of that in there. We'll put a pipe there. We'll put a pump there. Connect that pipe to that pipe. Get rid of that pipe, and then we just need to power that. That now doesn't look like it's connected. Do I need to somehow interfere with this? Maybe I use the wrench on it. Perhaps I need elite mechanical pipe like the picture showed, so let's make some of that instead. There we go, some elite pipe. Let's see if that actually connects. It does not. Well, that's concerning. It doesn't look like it's connected on the picture anyway, so hopefully that'll work. I don't know what this one is. I think that's just the output. It's just going to generate steam as an output. Okay, so I'm going to need a radioactive waste barrel, and that's going to go there. And then we need this fissile fuel, which goes into a chemical container. And this is reprocessed fissile fragments, or uranium, plutonium. You make plutonium from nuclear. How do I need to make it without Oh my goodness me. Jeez. I don't have any. Right, uranium is hydrofluoric acid and uranium oxide. Hydrofluoric acid is sulfuric acid, which is sulfur trioxide, which is oxygen, and sulfur dioxide, which is sulfur... Oh my goodness. Mr. Beardstone!
Yes, Foxy?
Well, the thing is, apparently, in order to do nuclear stuff, I need, like, uranium.
Right, how do we get uranium?
I have to make fissile fuel from plutonium pellets, from plutonium, which I get from something. Hang on, I've lost my page. Wait, Mr. Beardstone, just wait.
Oh, I'm waiting.
I get from uranium hexafluoride turns into fissile fuel in an isotopic centrifuge. To get the uranium, I need hydrofluoric acid and uranium dioxide. The hydrofluoric acid you get from sulfuric acid, which you get from sulfur trioxide, and water vapor, which you get from oxygen, and sulfur dioxide, which you get from sulfur. Okay? You with me?
At this point, Foxy waffled on about nuclear stuff for ages, and I faded him out into the distance.
You get the uranium dioxide from yellow cake uranium, which you get from uranium ingots, which I don't know how you would get that.
So basically, it all comes down to needing uranium ingots.
Yeah. You haven't got any uranium ingots in your pockets, Mr. Beardstone, have you?
Well, you can get raw uranium from sifting gravel through an amethyst mesh. Yeah, I mean, the other option is, like, we could just swap out the mesh on the thing I'm making so that it also gets uranium.
That's a good idea. I got some amethyst. If you, there you go, 2 pieces. I traded with the piglin. How many do you need?
I don't know if that's going to be enough.
I think it's just one surrounded by sticks, isn't it? Or is it the original mesh surrounded by amethyst?
I think it's the other mesh surrounded by amethyst. Let me have a look. We do have some budding amethyst, so we could grow some.
We do indeed.
No, we need 4, and I have 4 on me, and I happen to have a mana steel mesh on me as well. Look at that.
Nice. Oh, how convenient, Mr. Beardstone.
That was very convenient. So if I swap out the mesh in there, yes. Oops. Why not? Oh, that's probably gone off over there somewhere, isn't it?
There we go. It needs a new mesh.
And there we go. Good stuff.
So you're going
to
be making uranium now?
There you go, look. It's flying off the end because it's the only thing that's not being sorted. We've got 3 pieces already.
Wow. Thanks, Mr. B. You're the best. I just got some fluorite. Is this going to give us fluorite too?
It looks like it.
As I need that.
Well, this is Foxy's day then, isn't it?
It is. I got some more then. Yeah, you need to start collecting these with post-haste, Mr. Beardstone. Post-haste.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
Oh, thanks to Mr. Beardstone, we got uranium and fluorite, which I think I need, for sulfur, rather speedily. So I'm going to turn some of this raw uranium into, the other stuff. Whatever this turns into, eventually. Uranium ingots. And we're going to go down the rabbit hole of actually creating nuclear fission in the next episode with the hopes that once we've got some radioactive fuel, we could then make some nuclear fusion and have a big old energy supply. But that's going to have to wait till next time. Before I go though, I am just going to do a very quick check of my power situation in here and make sure we are actually generating plenty still. And it looks like, we are charging up, even though I'm stealing a whole bunch of this power for my little nuclear island.